Hi everybody, it's Kiri-Ann Gordon from Mindful Moves, and today I want to take you through learning numbers. And so the first thing our children learn to do is they learn to rote count. This is just understanding what sound comes next, so what number comes next, but not in terms of the symbol and obviously not yet in terms of the value. And so we can learn the order of the numbers by introducing songs. And so I've just included a few here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Once I Caught a Fish Alive. Other songs that spring to mind is 1, 2, Buckle My Shoe. Another one is Build a House with 5 Bricks. And so we can continue. We first want to do the numbers obviously adding up. I know there's many songs where we talk about 10 green bottles and of course then they fall. And we can obviously include those kind of songs when we're learning more about subtraction. But right now we just want to choose the ones that go up in the right order that these children can sing and move to as they learn to remember the order of the numbers. Once we've got that in place, we start connecting this rote counting to counting of something. And so from a very young age, I used to play a game where as we will walk up and down steps with our children, we'd count how many steps. And as we stepped, it would be 1, step again 2. We can count so many things. There's so many things to count. And of course, we could count chips on our plate. We could count our fingers. We could count our toes. And we could count our pencils. It's very important at this age to remember just to count to 10, 5 or 10, those being our base numbers. Once this is in place, we start introducing the actual number symbols, but we do not need them to write them at this point. We are still learning in a very right brain manner. And so you'll see my flashcards here, which I've created, which are for sale. They incorporate a story with each. And so my little story goes like this. We can see 0 is very sad, shame he doesn't have any sweets. And yes, he looks a lot actually like Humpty Dumpty. And so we begin to talk about his story. We look at the colors, bringing in the right brain, and the story. We could also then try and create his shape in our body. Number 1 is like a soldier, and our children love to stand up like that. And we get them to make that shape. Number 2 is the one that looks like a swan. Number 3, shame, he's the snowman who has been chopped in half. Number 4 is the man doing exercises, and of course again we can do that shape with our body as we practice these numbers. Number 5, story, actually reminds us later on how to write him. So we start with his neck, then we draw his big fat tummy, and lastly he puts on his hat, which is that line then that is drawn to the side. Number 6, we can see our man there, he's about to dive into a somersault. Number 7 has a sore back, and of course the children love to bend over and act this one out. Number 8 looks like a snake, and then we say, Sally Snake, close the gate. And number 9 is the clever man with the very big head. So still learning very much in the body, using our muscle memory to anchor what we're doing, all these big gross motor muscles as we start getting a sense of space and direction. This is the time, if you've done one of my courses, you're going to be moving through all of your midlines, wanting to check that our children can move forwards and backwards, up and down, that they can use the top part of their body separate from the bottom part, the left side separate from the right, and that they're beginning to understand the difference between left and right. Once that's in place, we can start bringing in our beautiful cross-lateral movements. What you're going to see here is I've drawn my numbers up, and I tend to do this on the board for the visual anchor. And you can see I've created some blue ones. They are my numbers that face straight. My green ones face to the left, and I often use green for the left, green meaning go. And of course in English, that's where we start writing from, the left-hand side. Red looking to the right, red looking to the right, which means stop when I'm writing the sentence or when I get to the end of the page. And that's just the reason I choose green and red here. This is something we do in our body, and so we write the numbers out in order. Already then we've created a number line for these children to start understanding, even though we're not going to be talking about a number line just yet. And just looking there, I've got the window to the one side in my class and the door to the other, and these are our visual anchors as we turn our body to look at something. I also like to emphasize this move even more by putting my arms out straight, and so my children can really see where are my arms looking to, and we like to call them our headlights. And so we jump, really bringing in our proprioception when we do this. We jump straight for 0. We jump straight for 1. For number 2, we turn to the side and jump to face the window. We jump again to face that window at number 3. We then jump a half circle to face the door for number 4, for number 5, and for number 6. And I always tell the story here of the 3 naughty boys in the line who are always looking the wrong way. And of course the children love that story. For number 7, we turn back that half circle to jump and face the window. For number 8, we face the front, and for 9, we face the window again. This is something we do every single day in the body before we do our work. And of course we can go slowly and we can go quickly. Once they can do it in order as a fun game, we call out all the different numbers in different orders and see if they're able to turn and jump. You can make it even more fun by seeing who is the fastest to jump. Although of course there's no winner, it's always just a lot more fun to bring in a sense of competition. And so skipping a little bit forward here, by now our children really should be able to cross the midline, all the midlines in our page, the vertical and the horizontals, able to do this. And so from a gross motor level, being able to cross those, I can now bring that into this 2-dimensional space, working to the top and the bottom of the page, and from the left to the right and then back again. And so in the meantime, we would have been drawing lots of shapes, lots of pictures, and really got our fine motor skills going. So let's just take a look here how I can use my hand as an anchor. And so yes, if I'm a right-handed person, my green left hand would be on the page. I then can draw my 0. My 1. My 2. My 3. And the nice thing here is we're giving them the visual anchor of the hand to work against. My 4. My 5. My 6. My 7. My 8. And my 9. Now with your left-handed kids, oh, that's a bit untidy, sorry. With the left-handed kids, when using their hand, they could actually use their right hand, put it towards the left side and flip it upside down, and then the numbers would be the same. But this includes a lot of crossing over and a lot of concentration. And so what we could do while we're just getting the numbers actually going. So while we're just getting the shape actually going and the direction, we're not worrying about writing from left to right here. We're really just concentrating on the writing of the numbers. Here we can ask the left-handed person to put their right hand down, and we can just adjust the numbers to fit against the right hand. So our 1 would fit there. Our 2 to come around this way, go away at the thumb and tuck under the thumb there. Our number 3 would start and come in at the thumb and round at the bottom. Our 4 would go past the thumb in and then that shorter line. Our 5, neck by the thumb, tummy around the palm, around the side of the hand, and hat at the top. Number 6, you would start at the top and curl under the thumb. Number 7 at the top here, coming in. Number 8, very similar here. Go way over there, come back in with the thumb again in that dent, and number 9 would fit nicely next to our hand here again. So that's just a few number tips. Please check out our website for more of our courses for teachers and parents, and of course keep a lookout for any more YouTube videos where we've got some more handy tips for you.